Collective creative minds can do incredible, legendary things, especially if you are young, talented, and ambitious. That's exactly the case with Brockhampton and their debut album Saturation. If for some reason you are still not on a hype bandwagon and don't know who or what those guys are, an intro would be something like, by the end of high school, Ian Simpson, full of dreams, angst, unacceptance, and endless love for music and film, decides to find others like him and start somewhat a collective, later proclaimed boy band. He gathers friends and people who he have met online in a Kanye West fan forum. They move in together somewhere in Texas and basically start living their dreams. Year 2016, they moved to South Central LA. They recorded their first full mixtape, All American Trash. Ian, under great pseudonym Kevin Abstract, puts out his sophomore LP, American Boyfriend, a suburban love story, goes on headlining tour and meets his heroes. Viceland starts following them around, filming currently airing American Boy Band, perhaps the most fun and inspiring life-based TV show about friendship and music making right now. In a very short period of time, they record their debut album, Saturation. It comes out and quickly reaches the spot of one of the best music projects of the year. The comparisons to Odd Future are there for a reason, not only because Tyler, the creator, is one of the major influences, but also because Brockhampton has similar approach to creating a DIY art empire. From producing music by themselves, directing amazing low-budget music videos by themselves, designing everything by themselves, making sick fashionable merch, even maintaining their own website, to all the details like stylizing all of the songs' titles in 4 capital letters, very Doom-esque of them, creating somewhat memes like Me llamo Roberto, the Shawn Mendes one, Ramil's Hands, and all the other stuff on the internet. And trying to bring strong, relatable narrative to the art, which brought a lot of memories from the whole Wolf trilogy to me. Not that only Tyler does it though, but anyway. In Saturation, the narrative really works. Even though the skits performed mostly in Spanish, like in the beginning of every music video, by group's web developer Robert, could be a little bit unclear and out of context. But when you put all pieces together, it starts to make a lot of sense. Brockhampton's debut album seems to be an angsty, artsy, lost and confused, full of dreams and hopes, millennial generation young adult trying to find himself and the world he could belong to. A diary book album of some sort. All the catchy hooks, all the heart-beating beats, we got that. But Saturation also clicks with young, Tumblr-raised and internet culture-raised audience, not exclusively but mostly, because creators come from the same place. They know what they're doing. They're really open and honest about it. And they realize the content and the importance of their message for all the weird misfit kids out there. And most importantly, they're very passionate about their art. The track listing hits kind of the same storyboard. In the beginning, being angry at the world, misunderstood, chasing fame and success, then accepting your own self, being honest about your insecurities, finding people who totally understand you and accept you for who you are. I admire and love how transparent they are about their insecurities, about their problems in this album. It's one of this release's strength. They have this track called Lamp, which apparently might end up on Saturation 2, hinted by members for the late summer, and this ear-warming track perfectly concludes that narrative, with Robert saying in the beginning of the video, Me llamo Roberto, esto es mi familia. And this family is fucking golden. Saturation is a long album, but there's no space for filler. The group of 15 or so members has enough talent and enough creativity to keep you hooked throughout all the 51 minutes of this release. The South Central One Direction, not anymore though, because they apparently finally got themselves enough recognition and payoff to move out to a nicer house. Congrats, by the way. Those guys seem to have very different personalities and very different charisma, which could make you think that the transition between their verses gonna be shit, but surprisingly they're not. The chemistry on it is insane. Everything mixes and matches together perfectly. All the respect to whoever was responsible for that. All the members also adapt really well to the vibe of the track. Amir can scare you off on Heat with his confidence and this kind of sheer aggression, but then sound very thoughtful, placid, and calm on all the other tracks. Dom, with all of his impressive Wordplay skills does the same thing. He switches up effortlessly. Then there's this absolutely wild Merlin who I didn't even recognize at first in some other tracks. The proclaimed heartthrob of the group, Matt, with his easygoing flow, both perfectly fitting for a swagger anthem and a love song. Then Kevin Abstract, of course. Let's say that on this album, he really got close to level of Frank Oceanism, perfectly delivering both ear-warming hooks and banging, fun, personal, revealing rap verses. Let's just hope that he didn't got that "I'll release my next album in 40 years" syndrome. Though he already deleted his Twitter. That's a bad sign. Talking vocal delivery on the album, and here comes my only complaint. Get ready. So loved and praised by everyone, by me too. Frank Ocean and Kanye, another big influence on those guys. You know, they and all the other people, they can use autotune however they want, and Brockhampton are free to do that as well. But sometimes on saturation, it feels a little bit misplaced. Plus, you have pretty sick vocalists. Jobless Chorus and Face is perhaps one of the most beautiful moments on the whole album, as well as his impressive losing my shit shouting verse on Heat. God bless. The mystery man of the group, Bareface, his vocal performance on the only one 5 letters title track, Waste, closer of the album, is also quite incredible. Plus that opening track for American Boy Band Show, I See You. I need that fucking track, man. So yeah, why not to let your boys sing more? And if they're not sure that they can make it, they can take it, sing more anyway. Improve it, try it out. It's cool, it's okay, we will accept it. Some verses on the album may lack clever, thoughtful, poetic lyricism. Maybe that's because they produced it really fast, but it's not weakening saturation actually. Plus all the already legendary lines from the album, like Ian hinting Shawn Mendes' crush, I'll break your neck so you can watch your back one, the one-eyed pirate, incinerate in a room, all the pop culture references and all the other great stuff. It overshadows every other flimsy lyric easily. The delivery is fire, the self-acceptance and friendship family search it's all very cute. All the designs, shout out HK, and music videos are next level shit, but let's be honest, I'm a sucker for good production. If the production is great, interesting, at least a little bit experimental, and overall sounds sick, I'm down 100%, even the rest of the album is shit, though it's not the case here. Saturation blows my fucking mind, consider it again that they did it only in 3.5 weeks. My only problem with their first mixtape, All American Trash, and all the other solo pre-released tracks was actually production. There are some interesting points. I do have a dozen of favorite tracks from all the previous material, but still, mostly they played really safe, and you actually can hear that growth, which is very admirable. I know that before Brockhampton, they were always since forever for some time, but now apparently some of it is deleted, I guess. But I can imagine the difference between then and now. It's probably really impressive. The producers do also adapt really well. They experiment, they change the flow of the track. They sometimes even risk, like in Bump, where all of a sudden the hook comes on and you're sitting there like, what is that? What the fuck is that? And it's good, it works. It's a great track, I love that track. The hard swagger, more on a experimental side beat, bringing to mind artists like Injury Reserve, Danny Brown, maybe even Death Grips. Both in Bump and Heat comes from Ramil, but then he also produces this emotional, beautiful, mellow, guitar-driven tracks like Sweem or Cash, somewhat love children of Frank Ocean's Blonde, James Blake, and King Cruel. All the skits are also produced by him. My favorite would be probably the very first one, with this really eerie, dark background sound. I love it. The guy wins at every one. Good skills. Q3, I guess, Kiko and Jabari, they have a more traditional, laid-back hip-hop vibe sometimes about them, especially in Star. Fake, one of my ultimate favorites on the release. And the amazing Gold track, which reminds me a little bit of MIA. And this is a track with one of the best hooks on the album, very Pharrell reminiscent. There's Jabari's Star, which really reminded me of Tyler's Wolf album and overall on Future. I like how gritty and thick beat sounds in that track. And the very much beautiful, relaxed, Face, some sort of a love song produced by Kiko. It's so good. Saturation works really well as the title. It's a very diverse album, yet a very consistent one. Maybe because they live together in one house and go very in sync together. Maybe because they're just a bunch of really talented dudes. I think it adds to one another. The hype around Brockhampton right now is fully deserved. I think they might be even a bit underrated. It's slowly, or I mean quite fast, it depends on how you look at it, it's changing. They already moved out from South Central. Pitchfork may talk shit about the album as much as they like, but the fan base is growing, and music fans, they do understand that this shit is legit fire, and that those boys, if they will continue to bring such awesome music and art to the world, are gonna be really, really big really soon. At least that's what I'm hoping for. In the comments down below, let us know, what do you think about this release? What do you think the future holds for this collective, for Brockhampton? And are you excited about Saturation 2 as much as we are? I really hope that they will put it out. Also, don't forget to like and to share this video, as well as to subscribe to our channel to watch other videos we have. Hit us up on social media, all the links are in the description down below. Go and tell your friends that you love them, and follow your dreams, because dreams do indeed, unfortunately, die young. I think that's it for this video. Peace out.